All right, guys, good afternoon and welcome back to UndercoverETuk UK. Back on the headset now, the microphone, this puppy right here. Okay, I just done a whole video and it started cutting out midway through. Really annoying. So I'm gonna use the headset for now, guys. Apologies. I'm gonna sort a new mic out. This thing's going in the bin. Apart from that, we've got an exciting week ahead. So 29th of August, it's coming up 4 days time. Okay. From tomorrow, I'm going to start putting out a few videos that I believe has made it into the top 10 of UFO videos. It's coming over the last 12 months. We're going from the 29th of August 2024 to the 29th of August 2025. So, being a bank holiday Monday, I hope you guys have been putting your cameras in the skies. Remember, folks, if you're new to the channel, we've been advocating for this for the past year. Get your cameras, your mobile phone cameras. That's all it takes. Go sideways, landscape, 20% zoom maximum. Start filming the skies, guys. Aim for birds, helicopters, planes, anything moving. Aim for it. You may find a UAP tagging that object. Also, the Dragon UAP that we are capturing fly with other objects as well. Flying saucers, boogospheres, knock clouds, all those sort of things that we've been looking at on the channel. Guys, if you are new to the channel, thank you so much for joining us. Please go back through all the videos. If you click videos here, you can put in a country name. You can put in anything specific. If I've done a video on it, it will come up, guys. Just put in keywords, start looking. We've got things recorded in Australia, America, all over the world. The UK, Europe. If you've got a specific country you want to look at, please type it in the search bar here. And also check out the live feeds, guys. I've done a lot of live shows out of this very window, and for anyone that's completely on the fence with this, check out what I've been capturing. A lot of the stuff has been timestamped as well, so check out the comments, click on the timestamps. They're the blue numbers. They'll take you straight to the moments. You let me know what you think, guys. It's all up to you. With that, I want to get into some of today's evidence on X. You guys have been posting. There's a lot of opinions going around. Wixie's back in town as well. He's got his profile back, so I'm going to show you that. But yeah, guys, News Nation to start off with. Ashton Forbes, I hate woke disclosure, so he says. These CIA spooks are completely disconnected from reality. They think spreading stories of aliens will get humanity to magically become peaceful. Meanwhile, we get no fusion because the economy will be hurt and billionaires will be less rich. And I kind of agree with Ashton there. These people, CIA spooks and all that coming forward, they're not going to make the world a better place by coming forward. They're just really telling people that corruption exists and the secret exists and that you've been lied to, which is step one. In all fairness, it is step one. Start talking. So I'm not going to slam people down for coming forward. We need people to come forward, much like we need scientists to be a little bit more open-minded. For those that are slating the scientists off, that are trying to figure this out, Dr. Gary Nolan, Avi Loeb, look, we've waited centuries for scientists to be open-minded and start thinking out the box. Let's not start slamming these people. You know what? It all starts off with a thought, and it all starts off with a word. It all starts off with communication. So I'm not going to slate anyone for communicating things. What I would like to see is the needle move. I'd like to see the corruption stop. I would like to see the secrets stop. And ultimately, that's down to the government. It's down to the military. It is down to the people to vote for that transparency. But ultimately, we can get transparency on disclosure ourselves. If you're on the fence and you need to know whether the NHI are real and whether they're here, this is the channel for you. What happens after that is completely out of my jurisdiction, guys. There is a lot of secrecy out there. A lot of stuff we need to find out. This is a massive rabbit hole. And I can't wait for everyone to get involved, because soon enough, everyone's going to get pulled in, right? Let's have a listen to what this CIA spoof has got to say to Ross Coulthard on News Nation.
Yes, we've been in communication with non-human intelligence. Yes, there are multiple species out there. That fact in and of itself is not going to create doomsday weapons, and it's not going to destabilize the economy. It's going to cause the maturing of an entire people. And maybe we'll get to a point in history where instead of being adversarial, we realize, guys, we're part of a much bigger universe. Maybe we need to resolve some of our historical conflicts and start thinking about our place in the universe, not just our place in the world, not our country and our government versus this country and this government, but how are we as a species being evaluated by other species?
And do you know what? That's absolutely fair. That's absolutely fair. What he was talking about before he went into accepting our place in the universe and maybe acknowledging that we should have some kind of decorum, you know, about the fact that we have neighbours, right? And that we should present ourselves in such a way. That's what he was saying. But before he said that, he mentioned about our historical past and how we should perhaps rein that in a little bit, yeah? And look at the big picture. And that will make the world a better place. Actually, if you read between the lines and listen to what he's saying right here.
Because we're part of a much bigger universe, maybe we need to resolve some of our historical conflicts.
Maybe we need to resolve some of our historical conflicts. When he says some, he means almost all of them, guys. Everything from capturing territory that's not ours to killing and raping people that aren't nothing to do with anyone. And I'm not just talking about the UK, I'm talking about America, I'm talking about all of these people who have invaded countries, caused suppression, and then left. You know? They've not done the world any favours. And there's a saying that I use, and I use quite frequently. Terrorism creates terrorism. Now, this might not be popular, but if someone came to the UK and blew up families, my family, for example, and if I then went to their country and did the same back because someone took my family, they would consider that terrorism. Yeah? I would consider it just revenge because you've turned my world upside down and killed everyone I've ever loved and known. Right? That shit's got to stop. Literally has got to stop. There's a long history of that shit happening around the world that needs to be nipped in the bud so that we can move on, folks. It's not about territory. It's not about, like, if you ask people now, the general public, do they care about who owns what land? No, they don't. They just want to live peaceful lives. They just want to be free. I think I speak for everyone when I say freedom is the most important factor of our lives. I feel like you guys are with me on that. Let me know in the comments if there's anything else. Ashton, I hear what you're saying, but actually this man makes a good point. With the dogma, we're trapped in this political dogma and the historical torture that we've put ourselves through, and we do need to bury it so we can move on. So yeah, thanks very much, Ashton, for the post. Okay, UAP Wixie, he's back, guys. Give him a follow. He needs your support. He went and lost his old account. How'd you go and do that, buddy? So anyway, yeah, 380 followers. He was on 0 the other day, so this is brand new, guys. Give him a follow. He's trying his best to get back up there. We've all been there, right? Guys, I love this. Wixie's put some music behind this, guys. It's a brilliant compilation, I think. But there is one moment. Loving it, mate. Look at this. Now, this is the one I'm on about, guys. Check that out. Check this saucer out, guys. Now, the end part is the most important. Look, guys, look at this. Look at this. Where have we seen this before? Think about it. Our clips. MB in Belfast. You've seen this before, right? So look, flying saucer comes in and gone. Gone. And look what it looks like when it's gone, guys. White hue surrounds it. It turns to this small little hockey puck and the rest of the object disappears. And then before you know it, it looks like a blur. Just a blur, guys. Look, full on saucer. And then all of a sudden, a pencil UAP. It's just emitting so much plasma and travelling so fast, you are not seeing the whole object in its entirety, guys. Their technology is far superior. And I'm telling you right now, I'm so glad I found this Wixie. If this is a real clip, and I suspect it is, this makes a hell of a lot of sense to my audience right here, because they're seeing these things moving through our skies all the flipping time, guys. All the flipping time. And I'm telling you, they're not bugs. Gary Nolan saying the same thing. They are not bugs, guys. If you don't believe me, check out the last video I did. If you are on the fence with what I'm saying, guys, these are real. 100%. Love that, Wixie, mate. Appreciate your compilation. And please follow UAP Wixie for more cool stuff, mate. Lovely. Okay, so Jon Stewart's been at it again. Apocalypse never meant the end. It meant the veil is torn away and the truth you feared is revealed. I feel like this is coming, guys.
Feet standing on a mountain with lightning and thunder. The apocalypse means to reveal. We're going to start getting revelations that is going to be earth-shattering. That is the apocalypse, not some Armageddon battle to end all battles, but we are going to start hearing and seeing and witnessing the truth. That's what the apocalypse means.
That makes more sense to me, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I do like Jon Stewart. He tends to make quite a bit of sense when he does speak. To me, I feel like this is on the verge now, right? This is coming real soon. You know, to be honest, with this new UAP hearing coming up, I was really like, no expectations, not going to get my hopes up. But you know what? Out of all the UAP hearings that we have had, this one is probably going to be the biggest, just because Trump's in charge. He wants the truth. Seems like he's gunning for everyone I said he would be gunning for. You know, if you go back to November last year on my channel when the elections were happening, I said back then, if Trump wins, he's going to start sending people to jail. He's going to start pushing for the truth, because these elite, the elite that he's fighting, literally tried to jail him, literally tried to kill him last year, and he's gonna bury them. He's gonna bury them because there's no room for them in the world. That's the way I see it. And now, I'm not saying that as a Trump supporter. That was just my prediction before he went into office, had he had won. And now look what's happening, guys. Right? He's going for Clinton. He's going for Obama. He's going for everyone that tried to sink him. What does that tell you? Personally, I think these guys know a lot more about the UAP topic than what meets the eye. And I would just love to see this come out. So whoever is in charge that brings out US disclosure, I will support. Simple as that. It's not political. It is simply disclosure bias. If that's how you want to call it, let's call it that. Disclosure bias. Okay, this one in from Skywatch Signal. It's happening again. Do you remember the videos going around at the start of the NJ flap with weird sounds being picked up on the radios? Videos are surfacing of the same thing happening again. I'm not too sure how true this is, but guys, let's have a listen, because this is freaky deaky and really interesting.
What the fuck?
You noticed as well, as soon as it started getting a bit funky, he was like, fuck this, I'm driving. Look, guys, no idea what's going on. You're going to have to let me know in the comments what you think. Has anyone heard this sort of stuff going through their radio before? Freaky deaky stuff. It wouldn't surprise me if when the time comes we do get our radios taken over and something is said over radio. That right there sounds like that was maybe a cross communication thing, that mistake. Who knows? Thank you so much for that, Skywatch Signal, and let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. Has anyone else heard anything like that? I'd love to know. Right, moving on. And if you haven't seen this one already, was uploaded 2 days ago. Dr. Robert Shipe and Edward Abbott joined me for a UAP discussion, and it was crazy, okay? Dr. Shipe ended up getting a live capture while we were recording. He got a capture of a UFO. LAPD turned up yet again. He had his cameras on. It was brilliant stuff. And then Eddie turns around and lays a bombshell that there is an entrance to an underground base in plain sight in the USA. And we've already announced where that is, guys. It's Le Bray. So, guys, check out the interview. Amazing stuff. I can't wait to have these guys back on the show with more to say. Okay, so Tridactyls. Another Edward, by the way. He's going to come on the show tomorrow. Really, really pleased that you agreed, bud. And you are a former archaeologist, and you do know a thing or two about these Nazca beings. I can't believe people are still calling these little Tridactyls hoaxes. Despite my best attempts to educate people, despite all of that, they still stick to their guns. Their confirmation bias is so great that they still can't get past the fact that these are real as hell. And I just had to respond to you, my man. So yesterday, I put this. As you know, there were small dolls at an airport that were seized. People do not use their brains and read past a headline. So a lot of people out there believe these are fake because of that. It's sad because the guy that created the dolls that were found at the airport created them in the image of the actual Nazca mummies, guys. So this is what I'm saying. There is a lot of disinformation out there. People will like literally the whole of America. When I say the whole of America, I mean everyone that mattered in the UFO community in America did not want to look at these Nazca mummies. Dr. Greer, Rush, they were all like, ooh, no, I don't want to be part of that. Remember the other one? What's his name? Not Fravor, but the other guy. Anyway, he was there. He actually went to the Mexico hearing and he was disgusted that they brought the bodies out because he was more interested in aerospace and aero safety, right? Guys, misinformation makes even top analysts and top pilots and top people believe bullshit. Let me tell you right now, Tridactyls is right. The Nazca mummies are real. We're going to put people to rights tomorrow. Check it out on the show, guys. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait to find out more information on these little guys. Thank you very much, Tridactyls, and give them a follow if you haven't already. Alright, guys, we're going to end on this one. Craig Capel, debunk my visitation, and he's tagged me, Eddie Abbott, Skywatch Signal, and a few others in it as well. Guys, look, I'm all for real UFO videos, okay? I'm not one to just debunk stuff because I'm a debunker, right? I'm really not interested, okay? If I look at a video and it's not incredible in my opinion, I give it 2 seconds thought and I don't show it on the channel. Simple as that. On this occasion, he wants someone to try and debunk his visitation. I said, look, I'll look at it because I'm a believer in UFOs and UAP and ET. And I want to see what's going on your property, okay? So this was taken in southern Australia last year, I believe. And I have looked at a little bit of the hype you've created around this, Craig, because I want to see why you're trying to push this and what your goal is here. You've tagged in some big names. You've been going on about this since last year. And it obviously is sitting with you, right? It's obviously something that's bugging you. You want it explained. You want people to acknowledge this happened to you. I'm going to try and do that for you now. In fact, you've sent me the evidence. I've got the videos, and we're going to look at them right now. All right, guys. So this came in from Craig. Let's have a little look at the first video. Now, before the obvious thing happens, there is already one light in the tree here that he says is part of this whole shebang, okay? Part of the whole experience that we're about to see. So this light here, and for me, looking at this prior, there is another light here which we should be paying attention to. And there's a few more that pop up as well in a second. You'll see what I mean. So yeah, just keep watching, guys. Really, really strange, this one. Really hard to explain as well. Really hard. So just before anything happens, I just want to make a mental note here. There is a light here that's shining up on, you can see the flower pots, you can see the bushes, you can see it's got an orange bulb, okay? It's got a yellow light, so that goes off, okay? That's the first thing to note. That light gets turned off. I believe that was a light coming from the house. Let me know if in the comments, Craig, if there's any different. I've plenty of questions here. But let's just call that point A. Was that a light coming off your house? Okay. Now, this is where it gets a bit freaky deaky, guys. So, this is where I begin to question what's going on, because this is a white light. This is an orange light. Okay, and I'm not too sure whether this thing has just turned on his house light. Have you got a security light attached to your house that may have lit this whole area up? And secondly, what would this one be? What would this one be? And what would this one be here? This is my question, because you can see that's clearly. So initially, I thought to myself, well, that's just a light coming through maybe a street light coming through the branches there. But I can't explain why this light is getting larger. Okay? This is, look, you see? See how it gets larger? Now maybe the sun is over there and it's starting to rise in that moment. So we're getting a, you know, but you shouldn't see the light passing through the tree and getting larger like that. Yeah? So that's my first thing. My second thing is when this comes on, right here, you can see it lights up all the trees in here. Just going back to when it's dark, you can see there's trees here, guys. Just branches coming down. You can't penetrate this tree here. So when that light goes on, look, it lights all of it up. This one here. And then the other lights come on. Boom. And this looks like a garden light that's come on right there, but it's very random. See? And there's no gradual. This light doesn't. This one in question here that just pops up. There's no gradual about it. It just comes on like a wall light, yeah, in your kitchen. Just boom on. Now it is the source of the light is coming from this area because there's no light directed to this area. Okay, so the source of the light is coming from here. I'm not too sure why the rest of the garden lights up. I'm not too sure what this is. I'm not too sure what this is. All that matter. There's one up here as well. And we'll just again go back to when there was nothing on. Now it's on. You see? Now I thought initially when this one comes on, it just lights up this whole back bit. But I don't think it does light up the whole back bit. I think an individual orb lights up here in the tree. Plus one here, plus one here. So what you've got, you see that? One, two, three, four. Four orbs, potentially another one being seen through the bush here. Anyway, it's weird, right? It's weird, and this thing kind of dims down to that size and stays like that. Okay, so this is 5:02 in the morning. Okay, 5:02, and you've got this object here, this light, and then you've got these ones here. Okay, let's move on to the next video. All right, so we're 54 minutes later here. 54 minutes later. Craig, let me know in the comments if anything happened during those 54 minutes. Was it just like this the whole time? Just boom, 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 boom. And also, this no longer looks orange now. It looks clear, right? It's like a clear light as opposed to an orange light. Or have I just lost my mind? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I may have just lost my mind. So, whoa. Everything goes out. Okay. And it's a gradual as well. It's a gradual. I mean, it happens quickly, but if you look, the light source is gradual. It's not instant. That's gradual as well. They're all gradual. They all go on and off at the same time. Well, except for this one, which was on at the very start. There's something really odd about this, guys. Okay, so let's continue. The lights go out. Anything else? Oh, okay. We've got some light coming in from above the tree line there. See? Being shone downwards. Not upwards. Obviously, you can't see a beam of light going. Must be coming from downwards. Coming from up downward. Again, there must be something above the trees that has just, you know, a light's flickered in the moment and it's gone through the trees. So, honestly, like, I can't explain this one off, but I mean, just theorizing, just going to theorize a little bit here, Craig. I feel like whatever was in your garden left, and then just as the ship or whatever is above your house decides to move off, you get a flash of light, you know? It could be that they've just done what they needed to do and they just left, and that's what you captured, them leaving. That flash could be them just going supersonic. Okay? There's just a theory. I've got nothing to say that that's what happened. I can tell you that it looks like there was a light shining downwards from above the trees, and these spheres that we're seeing in the garden here, very, very hard to explain off. Really looks like there's two orbs there. Look at that. Look at that. Difficult, isn't it? Difficult. But if you see, like, there are a lot of little black dots, but look how defined these ones are right next to the light source. So what does that tell you guys? Do we think that that's UAP activity? I mean, I can't tell you what this is. You know, what I would love to see, actually, Craig, and it's a little bit too late now, right? But I'd love to have seen daytime footage, like you recording this area the next morning to see what's there. There's no good doing it now because, you know, anything could have been moved between now and then. But that just looks like a UAP to me. Let's enhance it. Now, guys, if you are interested in this story and you want to know more, give Craig a follow. He's obviously posted pictures of the area, what it looks like from a bird's eye view. He's tagged a lot of big names in this video, and he obviously wants people to look at it, right? It's just not a lot there, you know. You've got the bright orbs shining up, and there will be people on the fence saying that they are just lights being planted in the garden. Not really a lot to go on, you know. Do I think it's anomalous? I think it could be, yeah. I think it could be. I think it would be hard to explain something flying over your property at that time of the morning that just gives off a flicker of light like that. These orbs are extremely hard to explain, and the closest thing that I've got to evidence of anything anomalous is something that I just picked up on just now. So let's have a look. In fact, I've done a contrast change and I've got the reel as well. So let's see what we find, guys. So there's the contrast change. You can see there, clear as day, that it just stands out from all the rest of the pixelation going on, you know. And there's the light source just as it's dissipating. And then this is the regular clip, guys. Again, they stand out like a sore thumb there. Going on. What is it? Guys, if you've seen something similar to this, let me know in the comments. I feel like people probably have. I'm sure I've seen videos very similar, you know, like the ball lightning videos, and people are umming and ahhing on that. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you very much. Thanks very much for getting in contact and sending that information into me, Craig. Appreciate it, mate. I will keep diving it in case I find anything else. But at the moment, I'm going to go with Anomalous. I can't really explain that off too easily. And I've found already two black orbs potentially creating that light as well. So brilliant stuff. Guys, thank you so much for your time today. Remember, tomorrow I'm having Ed from Tridactyls on the show. We're going to go Nazca mummies. So yeah, look forward to that one. Guys, thank you so much. Like and subscribe. It's free to do. Support the public's evidence. Support disclosure. Thank you. Take care. All the best. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye for now.